Hey folks, JB here. We ran out of time last night and all we needed was a couple more minutes to go over the forEach method. So if you go up to MDN, search Google on MDN forEach, you'll see this page. And it says the forEach method executes a provided function once for each array element. So as you see here, we got array 1 with 3 strings in there, A, B, and C. And the syntax is the array dot for each. So that means for each is a method on the array, and then it expects a function inside there. And that function can take a few things, but oftentimes you'll just want to pass in one thing, which is the element. And that will go through for each element in the array, and in this case just log that element out. So your output should be, if this works, should be A, then B, then C. Let's try it out. Sure enough, A, B, and C. Now actually, that function that you pass into for each can take multiple things. Oftentimes, all you'll need is just the element, but occasionally you need a little bit more. So you'll see down here, the callback, that's the name of that function that we pass into for each. The callback function takes the current value as an argument, but it also has a couple optional arguments, and that's what these brackets are denoting here. And it takes in the second argument, optional argument, is the index. So let's see what that looks like. Let's go ahead and declare that as an argument called index and log out the element and index and see what happens. There you go. The element A, index 0, element B, index 1, element C, index 2. Okay, that all makes sense. Every now and then, and it's kind of an edge case, you actually want access to the original array, and you could do that too by passing it in there. So let's try that. There you go, access to the original array. As I said, that's a bit of an edge case, but every now and then there are cases where that makes sense, and I just wanted you to know that it was a possibility. So there you go. That's for each, and one of your assignments is going to be to turn a classical, old school array loop into a for each. For example, you could also do this, of course, for let I equals 0, I is less than what? Array 1 dot length I plus plus. You're all used to that, of course. And you could do something like const element equals array 1 I, and then do stuff with element. You know how to do it that way. A lot of people like for each better. It's more concise. I think it expresses itself a little bit better. Of course, it requires getting used to this notion of callback functions. Those are functions that get passed into other functions. But that's a big part of advanced JavaScript, and so you'll get used to that pretty quick. And so try it out. Try in your lab. You're going to have two tasks, which are down at the bottom of article.js, and where you're converting some code that uses the old school, let I equals 0, I is less than array length, etc., into using for each. So that's it. Please holler out on Slack if you have any questions about that, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.